Another day, another chapter, another chance, another way, another dance. Okay, okay, wow. Hope you guys enjoy my Shakespeare. So obviously, yeah, chapter 6, last chapter of HTMX. It was, you know what I mean? This was a very short book, so there weren't a lot of chapters, and even in those chapters, there wasn't a lot of stuff to do in those chapters. So yeah, last chapter of this book. So HTMX is relatively new in the industry. So old heads or the guys who have been the web development computer science game for a very long time, they don't pretty much like trust HTMX. They think it's way too unstable and it's not the correct way or the right thing to do. But what HTMX does, it does make things easier, because at the end of the day, it takes the form of you just doing HTML and stuff that you do in Python and makes it easier. So HTMX, I mean, obviously you don't have to add like an advanced virtual environment. Some of the stuff that you had to do, you don't have to do it because HTMX pretty much takes over that sect, right? Pretty much takes over some of the roles that other programs play. So all you need is like a server, front end, back end, HTML, and a server, and also JSON. That's it. You pretty much got the same thing, if not even more simple than what you've done if you just wrote Python only, and other programming languages or other programs. But anyways, let's get to this. Chapter 6. And in chapter 6, what we're doing in chapter 6 is we're pretty much doing show, edit, form, and update. So in this chapter, we'll illustrate a simple user profile that you can click to. You click it to update. You click it, right? It's replaced with a form, great limb, follower of Christ. Amen to that. Amen. In this world, we need that. We need Christ. Yeah, especially in this world that we need. So we need this. Follower of Christ, author of best-selling Amazon tech books and creative coding courses. And you can update and save your changes. Johnny Lim, best Udemy instructor. You'll have our index.html show a simple user profile. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's what you've got here. So that's what we have. So the above will give you my user profile. Great limb, follower of Christ, in edit. Note, I'm using the Bootstrap components card. We again use the HX target this attribute to apply the changes from the response to the element itself. So this is pretty much this HTML that you can insert in. So yeah, and this is pretty much stuff that you can insert for our server. Our server, this, we dynamically serve an HTML form for editing the user profile based on user ID specified in the URL. So that, res.send and server.js add this. So code explanation, we handle the put request to update our user profile. We extract the name and bio from the body of the request. We then send the update profile back to the client. We typically update the data in the database. Not shown in this code snippet, but would typically be the case. We then respond with the update user profile. So you got the user profile here. The response is the card layout from index.html that displays the updated name and bio. So you can copy and paste from there. Includes the click to edit button, trigger another edit needed, we dynamically fill with the new values using JavaScript tabular rules. Name, bio, John Limpus, Udemy, instructor, your rule. The HTMX attributes enhance our form by enabling it to fetch and display new updated content directly with the form card. More dynamic responsive cancel button. So lastly, let's add a cancel button to our edit form in case the user wants to cancel the edits and return to the user profile page. So in server.js, add this, that. So that's the cancel button. We add a cancel button with the HTMX attribute hx get equals index.html. I like the save change button. Summary, hopefully, yeah. So that's pretty much summary. Hopefully you enjoyed reading this book. I told you it's the end of the chapter, so yada yada yada. Hopefully you enjoy this book and I can learn more from you. Okay. Please, can you get feedback? Let me get feedback here. Sound like Karen now. Let me not try that. Please free to email me at support@educate.com if you encounter any errors with your code or to get updated versions of this book. Yada yada yada. Okay. We love the fact that you read this book. Please support our email. If you didn't like the book or feel that I should have covered certain, why am I doing this? Additional topics, please email us to let us know. This book can only get better things to readers like you. If you like the book, I would appreciate if you could leave us a review too. Thank you and all the best. Okay. So this is pretty much the node module. So in my previous video, I'm sure you realized how long it took for me to get the terminal running. So before I did the video, I pretty much did my set execution policy, npm install, right? I did my npm fund because there were 6 vulnerabilities. So I did my fund. So I pretty much funded all of that. My npm audit fix, right? Found 0 vulnerabilities, added 10 packages, moved 5 packages, changed 16 packages, and audited 99 packages in 39 seconds. So I pretty much did everything that I had to do for my terminal before I ran this video. npm fund, so I funded all of those. npm start service running on port 3000, so I ran everything and I got that. Okay, so I pretty much did everything. So these are the npm installs that I made. Quite a lot of them. My npm installs. This actually, if you open all of them at the same time, you can be seeing a lot of like files. So you're not gonna get into that. All you need to do is know that we install npms, we run npm install on our terminal, fund, audit fix, and that's what you pretty much do. So it's node underscore modules. Then what we do is you go to our HTML and then so what you do is shift exclamation mark, then enter. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pretty much add a title. So the title is it's gonna be the name of the web browser, which is gonna be form edits and update. Right, so head, body, div class container, class style, hx target, hx swap. So div element is gonna be class dot of Ahaya. That sounds like a Middle Eastern name or an Indian name. Software developer, coding trainer, nail technician, which is actually beautiful. What a beautiful name this is. Software developer, yeah, I can actually see it coming from that country. Very smart people there. Coding trainer, nail technician, P button, href, hashtag, class, BTN primary, HX user forward slash edit button. So these are pretty much the button, edit button, and then yeah, that's what you've got here. That's for your front end. So that's what you want to display on your front end. Right, so on the HTML, this is all including the edit button is going to be displayed on your front end. So this is what it's going to look like. So that's pretty much the aesthetics for your front end. But for your functionality for your back end, what you want is and for also your terminal and for your terminal as well, you want on your back end, you also want to have a case where you're actually able to do functionalities, including functionalities for your edit button. So you got your content use, got your content app, right? Then your property was express, your alias. So obviously you need an alias. You need an alias to pretty much establish a relationship, right? Establish a relationship, between the alias is the top level function exported by the express module. Import express. So this is pretty much for your express module. Variable IE is self static, right? Then express URL include coded express.json, right? So this returns mode where it only passes JSON, only looks at requests where the content type header match the type option. Okay, so let me go back to my HTML. Messed up. So shift exclamation mark enter. Then for your title, if you want a title for your web browser, format title is gonna be called form edit and update, as you can see title there. And then in HTMX, so this is gonna be like your href, your link for your href for your bootstrap. So this is pretty much your JSON language. So this is for your bootstrap. It makes use of like JSON language. Head, body, div, element, container, class, div, class, cut, div, class, dot of ahaya. So all the stuff that I was talking about in regards to my HTML, this is pretty much gonna be developed. This is gonna be pretty much gonna be displayed. So this is pretty much this for my HTML, which is anonymous cross origin. Yeah. So for my server.js, so this is the language, the keys and the values that the computer understands and we understand. So this is what we understand. Yes, key values. Yeah, it helps establish the relationship between the front end and the back end. So app-get. So this app-get, HX get user edit. So that's what you're getting. So this establishes. So this is the method, and this is the HX get that we gain that method from. Get user edit quest parameter. Right, so this is the request. So these are the quest parameter parameter. So these are parameters: request, response, record, then number, so, and then the boolean as well. So this is pretty much like the four pillars for request. So this is the function that you're gonna be reading out. So this is res resend, response send, property. This is for the functionality. Establish a relationship between the front end and the back end. The functionality of the stuff that you've got on your front end. Then you've got your submit, name. Right, so this is pretty much what you see here. So it's buttons type submit plus binary. So this is gonna be a text holder. So this is gonna be the automatic text that you're gonna see here. But what you can do is you can make change to it. You can change to cancel. These are pretty much this is the back end, like the change that you can make, the stuff that you can add, right? So save changes, cancel. These are the functionalities, the functions on your back end, and then your res request, right? Class card, cell with 18. So this body, your your parameter, then your body request, then your name, any. So that's what's gonna be. So you've got card title, card text, button, click to edit, click to edit, and then your app listener, so your console log is for your terminal. Service running on port colon 3000. So this string, the console logs is gonna run the server on your terminal, and then this string is gonna be printed out on the server. Server is running on port 3000 app listener. So this listens for any change that you make to your project, so that your terminal can pretty much update everything needs to be updated, make changes, and post those changes on your web browser. So that's what you're seeing here. Service running on port 3000. Okay. And then yeah, that's what you see here. Your key values, your dictionaries. You and the computer understand this language, and then you get it ignored. So anything that you want ignored, that you want ignored on your project, it's gonna come here, get ignored. It pretty much comes with your node modules, and yeah, pretty much comes with everything that you do here. Everything that you install, get ignored, right? Okay, so about that. And also, if you didn't see, I was just pretty much going over the book here. So that's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, the book. Okay. So let's go to the main event. So Jada Mathele Dot of Aya did that. Okay, so my name Valentini bio son of, let me do my father's name. It was Mele Valentini. That's my father's name. Very dignifying. Okay, so computer scientist, computer scientist, uh, web developer, web specialist. Okay, save changes. So so here's my bio, my name and my bio. So obviously the buttons that we went over are being executed. So this is my fun. So the server, my server.js is the reason why I'm able to run stuff that I'm able to run. So I'm able to run this stuff because that you see here with my JavaScript, my server.js is allowing me to run it, and my bootstrap. So my dictionaries and my bootstraps allowing the computer to pretty much understand what's being done here in regards to my project, and my bootstrap is pretty much creates a reference of where I'm getting all my information from, regards to my info. So, and the JSON pretty much creates a relationship between a bootstrap and my project. So yeah, that, click to edit, cancel, click to edit. Oh, damn. Yeah, okay. Okay. Hello. As you can see here. Okay. So as you can see here, so this full stack, this full stack is pretty much a relationship between the front end and the back end, actually. Relationship between the front end and the back end, right? Relationship between those two. And yeah, the front end being HTML and the back end being server.js. So that's how you form a relationship. So thank you very much for sticking with me throughout this video. I hope you learn a lot. And wait, let me show you this. So it's front end, node modules, install on the terminal, npm install, audit fix, npm find, npm start, front end, dictionaries, JSON dictionaries, back end, server.js. So as again, thank you very much for sticking with me throughout this video. I appreciate the amount of time that you're able to spend watching. And yeah, until next time, take care. Lord bless. And yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Christ, thank you. Okay, yeah. So, yeah.